Hi guys, thanks for finding my channel and watching this video. At this point I'm not 100% sure what I've called this video. I'm just going to play around with some makeup and talk you through the different uses of your makeup item, i.e. it has a dual purpose. If you have a bronzer, it doesn't have to be used just on your cheeks and around your face to bronze. Likewise, a lip liner or an eyeliner or a lipstick. I'm just going to show you how you can mix things up to actually give quite a nice cohesive look through your face with your makeup. So basically I was playing around a night or two ago with lots of makeup from my everyday collection to my sort of stash that I haven't used for a long time but I'm not quite ready to get rid of yet. Okay, and I found some nice little beauties. Some things I would wear, some things I wouldn't wear in the way I'm going to show you, but I'm still going to show you because obviously we're all different and we all want to put things on our face in a different way. So anyway, I hope you enjoy. So first of all I wanted to talk to you about lip and eye kind of products, okay? So basically I absolutely love the look of that real glossy eyelid look at the moment. It's not a look that I can pull off very easily because it is very editorial, looks great in the magazines and on the catwalk and all the rest of it, but it's not really a day-to-day practical eyeshadow look that you can sort of wear to work and stuff, because you just touch your eyes, it's just going to move, it's going to break down. It's not a longevity kind of makeup look. But I did have a little play around and had a bit of fun, and I have this, it's from Barry M Coco Loco Lip Oil. It's a clear one. It may not look it in the tube because obviously I've applied it in the past on top of lipsticks already, so it's got that sort of colour stain in there. But basically it smells gorgeous as well, coconutty. And it's just a clear lip oil. You can see it there glistening. So I just basically, I didn't apply it straight to my eye from the applicator. I rubbed it onto my hand and then I just dabbed in. It does feel quite sticky, but I just placed it on a clean eyelid and it had the really good effect. I really liked it if you just wanted a clear, wet, glossy sheen to your eyelid area. I think you could use Vaseline as well. I haven't got any, so I didn't try that, but I would imagine that would have a similar effect. So I like that for the clear eyelid. I did then go on and use a little sort of shimmer eyeshadow. I've got a couple of these actually. This one's from Obsession and it's a highlight, and I think this is either an eyeshadow or a highlight. It's from Revolution and I've had it for a very long time. Oh, it does say it's an eyeshadow. I tend to use it on the inner corner to brighten up my eyes, but basically anything in that sort of bright champagne-y shimmer sort of effect, and basically I just got that on my finger again, just blended on the back of my hand just to make sure it was the shade I wanted, and then I just dabbed it on top of the gloss. And that was really cool. I really did like it. Again, didn't last long, and you know, an hour later I washed it off. But it was pretty at the time. So continuing on with eyes, and if you want to be a little bit more adventurous, I don't know if you've seen at like the Fashion Weeks, London, Paris recently, there's a lot of sort of graphic lines within the eye makeup. So it's just like a quite bold line. Stripe can be under the eye as well. And there's some bright colours, blues are very in now, lots of bright colours. It's changing season, so the bright colours have come in. And I found, again, strangely, from Barry M, an old lip liner. Now, it went to the back of my stash that I don't wear very often, but it's a bright, as you can see there, it's really bright. It is a colour that I wouldn't even need to put on my lips because I have no lipstick, this shade, to sort of blend it in, and I don't know if I've ever used it on my lips, to be fair, but it is perfect, just drawn on your top eyelid, just one straight line. I don't wing my eyes. My eyes are too old to actually do a wing successfully, and I never really perfected it anyway. So I just sort of did that one line on a clear, again, a plain bare eyelid, shall we say, and just did this line just close to the lash line, and it looked really cool. Again, I didn't leave the house looking like that because I think it's for perhaps a younger generation, but I just thought if you happen to have a really bright pink lip liner, why not try it out on your eyelids? And that's also the case for this sort of mushroom. I think it's called mushroom, but it's more of like a mauvey kind of lip pencil, and it's one of the Velvet Matte lip crayons from Primark. And as much as I love these, I do find the shade, it's very cool tone mauve, and it doesn't work brilliantly on my lips. It kind of drains the colour from my face, so I don't reach for it very much. But what I have been tending to do is just use it on the outer edge of my eyeshadow looks, just to sort of blend it in and give a bit of depth when you're trying to sort of, you've done your base coat and then you've done your crease, and you're just blending and making that outer corner a little bit darker. It works really well in that respect. It doesn't have the same effect that it does when it's all over my lips. So that said, if you're feeling really brave, but you don't want to invest necessarily in a blue lipstick because you just think, am I ever going to wear that? You may, in your stash, have some blue eyeliners. I did. I have one from Avon Colortrend and I have one from Gosh. They're both different blues. One very bright, slight shimmer. You can see it. Whoa, that's a really nice sort of aqua turquoise. And then the one from Gosh is a bit more muted. Lovely blue again, more of a cornflower, a darker sort of muted blue, but again a really nice colour. So if you wanted to play around with the blue shade on your lips, and you've got a stash of these, and you don't want to invest in a new lipstick in case it doesn't quite work out for you, perhaps try using those on your lips. I'm not going to do that because it's not really the look I go for, but if I did, I would definitely give those a go. Right, next, what am I going to talk about? I'm going to talk about the obvious, you might think, and it's going to be more about what you can do with bronzers and blushes, etc. Okay, so my bronzer of the moment, as much as I love Hoola, I've got so many bronzers, I do tend to reach for the Max Factor one on a daily basis. It's just the 05 Light Gold. And it's got a bit of a swirl, you know, it's got the different tones of browns and golds in there, and I absolutely love it. It's a go-to, it's easy to blend, not too heavy. You can sort of layer it, you don't have to go in and first swipe and you think, oh my gosh, you know, and you've got to tone it down. It's just very buildable, so absolutely love it. And I've been obviously using that as a bronzer. And then I've been going in with a little eyeshadow brush and putting it all over my eyes as a base coat, and that works really well for that. And then I've also dug out my palette of blushes from Revolution, and this one's the Golden Sugar, and there's lots of bronzers and lots of blushes. There's only one matte there, the rest are shimmers, so they work really well then. I do like, well, I like all of them actually. There's not a shade in there that I don't really like. This one hasn't got a lot of payoff, I must say. But then I just go in with that on the eyelid and it just blends in really nicely. So any blushes that are in sort of a shade that you want a bit of shimmer from, I think it works better if there's a bit of shimmer, because it's not so opaque and so dense on the eyelid, so you haven't sort of got a pink or something on your eyelid if you're not too sure about using pinks. So dig out any blushes you might have and start using them as eyeshadows. That said, I do actually like this little blusher. It's from Boutique. I pick it up in Sainsbury's and it's called Fool's Paradise, and it's just a lovely go-to pinky mauve. And it's really nice because I've been blending that then on top into the crease line on top of when I put the bronzer on, so it just adds a little bit more depth. It's a little bit more of a deeper shade, and then I go in and pat this on the cheeks as well, so you've got that kind of cohesive look between your eyes and your blusher, and I think that's really nice. And it's a sort of an easy enough colour to actually wear on your eyelids without it obviously not being an eyeshadow. So really like that. Then mascaras. Okay, they're going to be used as mascaras. I'm not going to use them as anything else, guys. But I just wanted to say I've been experimenting more. I love all these mascaras for their individualness. I get from them what they're supposed to give me. But of late, I've been these two are probably my ones that have got the most product that comes out onto the lashes, the most clumpiness. If you want a lot of product to give that sort of heavy, thick, defined upper lash, then I tend to go for one of these, and this is the Lash Paradise by L'Oreal or the Maybelline Total Temptation. They're both relatively similar in how much product they actually add onto your lashes. So I go in with that first, almost like loading up the lashes with product, and they are both really black as well, so that's really good. And then I'll go in with my Maybelline Lash Sensational, which then moves the product around and blends it all out and pushes all the lashes out into a more defined sort of, so there's not so much product in it looking all like a big mush of mascara. It's defining the lashes. So that's really good for that. And then my go-to as well at the moment is the Tanya Burr Selfie Lash. I'll give a last swipe of that all over the lashes, and then I tend to use this one on my lower lashes. This is the only one that I'm confident with is not just going to transfer. So I always use this, but I'll just whip over. So it just gives, these ones give more of the defining, so it breaks down the lashes so they're more individual and then elongating, but you've got the denseness and the oomph of the products before, so that's really good. It's not really a way I've ever kind of gone in. I tend to, if I've picked a mascara, that's the one I'm going to use, but I've really enjoyed playing the two up against each other, as it were, but making them work for you. So next up, I wanted to mention from L'Oreal the lip paints, the matte lip paints. I've got 3 shades of these, but the other shade I didn't bother to show you because it's not one I would use for this particular technique. So I've got 211 Babe In and 210 Dead Lips. I like the Babe In better than the Dead Lips because it's got a bit more of a peachier tone, and this is sort of more browny tone, but the Dead Lips actually works really well as not just a lipstick but also a bit of a cheek colour. I wouldn't say full-on bronzer because obviously I wouldn't particularly want to swash it all over my face, but just sort of pat it on the cheek area, just bringing it up a little bit, so perhaps there's a little bit definition here, and also just patting it. So again, don't take it straight from the applicator, pop it on the back of your hand first. So that's the shade of this one, Dead Lips. It's quite a brown, there is a little bit of peach in there, just, yeah, it's not a dark brown, it's sort of a nice milky brown, and that just works really well. Taking a little bit out, you can see how I can blend it out here, so it could work really well. See that on your cheeks and your eyelids, and then it just sort of blends everything in. If you've perhaps forgotten, you're traveling, you've lost some makeup or something, but you have one of these actually in your handbag and it's on you, there you go, can't go far wrong. Now the Babe In I do like a little bit better for my skin tone because it's just got, so that's this one here, it's just got a little bit, you can see a little bit more peach going on in there, and it just works a little bit better for me. You'd be surprised actually, not when you start blending them out, you can be a bit heavier handed with the product. It does blend out quite sheerly, so that's quite a good thing, because obviously, you know, you don't want any mishaps in the sort of the face area or too much on your lid, so you can just go in with a light hand first and maybe build it up. But that's really good. And then I kind of like the idea that you've got sort of everything a little bit matching, and it just all ties the look together. So these are really good for that. With that in mind, I actually love this actual colour. It's called Nude Pink, and it's 206. It's one of the Maybelline lips. I liked it so much I bought it twice. I forgot I had it in my collection and I went and got it again. So it's going to last for a very long time. So what I like to do with this one, because it's got a bit of shimmer, I'm just going to bring it down here now so you can see it's got a bit of shimmer, but it's in a lovely, again, a peach tone, again, a little bit brighter than that one. Sometimes it's a little bit of that like frosty lips on your lips, and that's okay sometimes, but sometimes it's not what you're looking for. So again, I put a little bit on my hand like that and just pick up from the product, and then I've just been dabbing it, and I did it this morning. I just dabbed it on top of my already blusher, and it just went on as like a little sort of blush topper, because you had that little bit of sheen, and it just blended in nicely with the shade I already had on my cheeks. But it just gave it just that little bit of like highlight almost in a nice sort of shimmer way. So I really, really like that, particularly on my cheeks. And another little product that's really good for that is this matte lipstick from Tanya Burr in Puppy Pups or something. Puppy Paws. It smells gorgeous. Oh, it's just so, it's like vanilla frosting. It's just gorgeous. I bought it, I think they'd reduced it in Superdrug, and I just picked it up because why not? It was like £1 or something. Then maybe I realised why it was reduced. I don't know. It's not really a colour that's that easy to wear. As you can see, it is quite pink. I've wiped off all my other swatches, by the way. And yeah, you can see it. It's pretty full-on pink. So it's not really a lip colour that I would go for. But again, it works if you put it on the back of your hand first and just blend it out. You can start to see how it could work as a blusher, and it works really nice. If you like that little pink like dab of your apples of your cheeks, so you look sort of healthy, that sort of rosy glow, that's what it works really well for. And then any remnants that you've got on your finger, I can just pat on my lips and just blend it all down, so you've still got that look of it on your lips as well. But if you try applying it straight from the applicator, it is quite full on, and you might love that, and that's absolutely fine, but it's not something that I can work with very well. So I pop a little bit on the flushes of my cheeks and then just go in on the lips as well, and that works really well. Okay, so my last little idea, and I was playing around with, was different ways of putting on lipstick, shall we say. I love metallic lipsticks. I find them quite easy to wear if you get the right colour, obviously nothing too way out there. So my favourite little combo at the moment, this is sort of, bear with, it starts with lip products on your lips, no surprise. But anyway, I picked up from Primark this metallic lip crayon. Oh, look how shimmer. And it's lovely, it's that sort of copper brown, you can see it there, it's beautiful. So I like to first of all just draw around the outer edge of my lips and just bring it in, but on the outer side. It's like you're trying to create that ombre effect, so I just keep it to the outer sides and just take it up almost to the middle, so like just doing the 2/3 of the outer side of your mouth with that. And then, because I love these so much, it's a great combination with our lip pencil, and it's the L'Oreal Color Riche Lip Shines. This one particularly is in 245, and it's a beautiful coral. Again, I would find this too much on my lips, but it doesn't, it's not like this as such. It is, but it's not. It's sort of, because it's sheeny, so on the back of my hand you can see it's quite orangey there, but you can see the sheen. So I just then go in and dab that in the middle of my lip and just use my finger to blend it out. So that's a really nice combination in itself. But then, just to give it that extra bit of whammy, if you've got any metallics, any shimmers, which we've all got because we've got shimmery eyeshadows and we've got highlighters. So what I have loved, I do like this one from the Metals collection of Essence. This is in Rose Razzle-Dazzle. And this one actually works really well. As much as it's a eyeshadow, it works really well as a highlighter as well. But it works well, basically, dabbing a little bit on and then just going in the centre and just touching on your Cupid's bow there, because it just gives that little shimmer of highlight on that upper lip, which I really love. So that works well. Not necessarily a go-to with these shades. That would work well with more pinkies maybe, but for this sort of orange copper look, what I absolutely love going in with is my Champagne Pop palette from Jaclyn Hill, compilation of with Becca. Anyway, so we've got, I don't want to blind you with it all, those two big ones at the top is Champagne Pop and Prosecco Pop. Now the gold one, the more goldy one, is actually Prosecco Pop. So this one here is Champagne Pop and this one's Prosecco Pop, and that's the one I love. So I basically just dab my finger in it and it comes out gold. Can you see that? Yeah, there you go, just catching the light. And I just dab it in the centre of the lip and just take it up the top, just going over your line, the tiniest bit. It's hard to do this without a mirror. Just kind of going over that, and can you see the shine there in the middle, what that highlighter gives? So it just brings back the metallicness that you put around the edge. but in a really subtle way. So I absolutely love putting highlighters just on my lips and highlighting that Cupid's bow. Anyway, I think that's it, guys. I don't want to get all these swatches on my white t-shirt, which is going to be inevitable, isn't it? So yeah, I hope you like this video. It just gets you to think. It's not about the products that I've used, it's just about the way we look at makeup and how we can just mix it all up a little bit and have a play with it. So whatever you've got in your collection at home, have a little try out, see if it works on a different part of your face, and it might actually work better. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for all my subscribers that I have had recently. I'm just over 100 subscribers, and that is not a lot in this big world of YouTube, but to me it is a lot, and much a lot. So I am so thankful for everybody who's hit that subscribe button, and if you want to do that again, that's fantastic. Give this little video a like, and then you'll be around for my next week's video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.